6 clues about the Gen 4 Tacoma from the 2022 Tundra. Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to RobMotive. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to smash that subscribe button. So today we're going to tell you about 6 clues from the 2022 Tundra that are going to give us a little bit of insight into the next gen Tacoma. You know, right now, unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard that there is a new generation, a redesigned Tundra coming at the end of this year. There's all kinds of talk about it out there, little spy shots from Toyota. They're kind of piecemealing stuff to us. But, you know, the Tacoma and the Tundra kind of share the same DNA, right? So you can imagine that when things are put into the Tundra, the new Tundra, they're probably going to be similar things, if not the same things, put into the next gen Tacoma. So number one, the hood design changed to accommodate the TRD Pro badging. This is specific to the TRD Pro. If you've seen the pictures of the new Tundra, which by the way, you can check out on my other channel, RobMotive Tundra, then you know that on the sides of the hood, up towards the glass, you know, the windshield, there are inlays, that's what I'll call them. They're black and they say TRD Pro on the sides with Pro in red, I believe. Now, I would bet you that Toyota is going to do the same thing when it comes to the Tacoma. They're going to do away, which apparently they're doing with the Tundra, the TRD Pro badge on the side right underneath the mirrors. So we're going to have these little inlays, just like the Tundra, that are going to say TRD Pro. Number two, the engine. You know, the new Tundra is supposed to have a twin-turbo V6. Now, while I would like to have a V8 in the Tacoma, we know that's not going to happen, right? And they're going to get rid of the V6, I'm sure, the naturally aspirated V6, in place of either a twin-turbo V6, which I'm kind of thinking they're not going to do because I can't see them putting the same motor or engine in the Tacoma as what is in the Tundra. It'd be awesome if they did. I'm betting that they're probably going to put some sort of a turbo 4. Probably won't even be a twin turbo. Maybe into the next generation Tacoma, the Gen 4 Tacoma. We shall see. And I guess if I had my choice, I'd go with the twin turbo V6 in lieu of just a turbo 4. Next up, number 3, an added driver's side grab handle. You know, one of the biggest things that I've seen, maybe not the biggest, but one of the things that people have complained about most is not having that grab handle on the driver's side to heave yourself up into the truck. They've solved that, or they've accommodated us anyway. They have put the driver's side grab handle back in the Tundra. So you gotta think that they're gonna do the same with the Tacoma. I would even bet that they'll probably do that before the next gen or the Gen 4 Tacoma. I think that's going to be some sort of a refresh in between now and when that Gen 4 Tacoma comes out. We'll see. I know a lot of people want that. I, of course, put an aftermarket one in mine. You know, that aftermarket grab handle that's out there that's such a pain, first of all, to even get a hold of, but secondly, to put in. Not a lot of fun. But once you have it in, it's pretty satisfying. Now, number 4, added front lighting or a light bar. You know, the new Tundra has a center light bar in it. This is the Pro, of course. Don't know if it's going to be in the lower trim levels, but you got to think it's going to be available as an option later on. So I'm imagining that they're going to have some sort of a similar setup with the Tacoma. Probably won't be as big, it won't be as long as what it is in the Tundra, but still, they're probably going to have some sort of an LED light bar integrated into the front grille of the Tacoma, rather. Now, carrying that a little further, you gotta think that the whole grille work that you're seeing in the Tundra out there is going to be pretty much the same thing as what we're gonna see in the Tacoma. It's going to be shrunken down a little bit, of course, because, you know, the Tacoma is not as big. But I bet you we're going to have the same thing, even as far as the fog lights. This new Tundra has square fog lights on each side right below the grille area. You know, we have the round fog lights right now. These are a little bit higher up, and I'm betting we're going to get the same thing in the next Tacoma. Number 5, a larger detached, we'll get to that in just a minute, multimedia screen with Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. That's one big thing the truck's missing right now, and I don't know why Toyota didn't take the extra step. You know, they put this new radio beginning in the 2020s, but you still have to have a cord in order to run Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on that radio. This next gen is going to have no cord. It's going to be all over the air or Bluetooth. Now, when I say a detached multimedia screen, I mean a screen that's not integrated right into the dash. It kind of sits out a little bit away from the dash. You could kind of reach over the edge of the top of it, if you know what I'm talking about. And I think they're doing that because they want bigger screens, right? And it takes up more room. This screen that they're going to be putting in the Tundra, I believe, is going to be 14 inches. Of course, that's 14 inches long. It might be about somewhere between 5 and 7, maybe 8 if we're lucky, inches wide. We shall see. But I think they're going to do the same thing with the Tacoma. We're going to have one of these detached looking screens. You know, it almost looks like an iPad, right? Like you could just grab it and pull it off of there. Wouldn't that be neat if you could do that? That's the future of car radios, I think. You'll have a spot where you can just sit your unit in there and then detach it and take it with you when you want. That would get rid of stolen radios, right? But I'm sure they're going to do that with the next gen Tacoma. Number 6, a wider stance. You know, the skinny is out there on the Tundra, which has 3 lights in the grille, kind of like the Ford Raptor, is that they have to have those because the truck's stance is wider. I'm betting they're going to do the same thing with the Tacoma, and the reason is there are a lot of complaints out there about the room inside the Tacoma, and I would agree. It's kind of cramped. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to have full-size truck or Tundra-size room in the Tacoma, but they certainly could stretch it out a little bit, make it just a little bit wider. It doesn't take a lot. You know, perception is everything, right? They could stretch it out a little bit wider. Matter of fact, even stretch it out a little bit longer. You know, in the front of the Tacoma right now, you've got about a foot or so of space in between the front grille area and the radiator. There's a lot of real estate up there. I would think they could kind of move all that stuff forward a little bit. I know, easy for me to say, right? But I would think they could move everything forward a little bit and then stretch the cab out just a little bit. And it doesn't take much. I would think somewhere between 2 and 4 inches, and you would have it made. 2 to 4 inches in the depth of it, if you will, and then maybe a couple of inches or so in the width. It's amazing how much difference something that seems so small can feel inside a truck. Anyway, those are 6 clues, I think, about the 2022 Tundra that are going to give us some insight as to what they're going to do with the next generation or the 4th generation Toyota Tacoma. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these things. Do they matter? Are they important? And if so, which one's the most important to you? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. The first is RobMotive Tundra, all about my quest, news and information about the 2022 redesigned Tundra. And RobMotive JT, all about my experiences with the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.